Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Sunshine's Conversations with Dragons. Today is June the 3rd, 2019. Wow, it's Monday. I am in awe. I hope that your weekend has been absolutely amazing. I hope you did lots of fun stuff and that you took really good care of yourself. Yes. Did you get enough rest? I know some of you were talking about that. We were talking about that. So I hope that you're getting the rest that you need. I did. I rested. I still did stuff, but I did rest, and it was very much needed. So sometimes when you stay in the house too long, or you stay indoors too long, you don't get enough sun. It makes you more tired. Just so you guys know. That you have to balance it out so that you are getting the vitamin D you need. What? In any case, I am going to jump right in and get started. So, thank you, angels, archangels, divine spirit guides, unicorns, dragons, gods, and goddesses. Thank you for being present with us here today. Whoa, assisting us on our highest possible path. Your presence is always welcome, and I am always grateful. So, we have some new subscribers, so thank you for joining my channel, checking us out, and seeing what we have going on. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, if you would like a personal reading, you can have that done if you go over to Conversationswithdragons.com. You have two different options for that, and of course there is availability for distant healing. So some people are uncomfortable with spiritual growth, right? And so sometimes we have a difficult time having conversations with people in that regard. Because they're not receptive. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes people will be way off their rocker. They say stuff and you be like, eh. Even for me, who is spiritually open, I'm like, eh. But your place is not to judge, right? Cards are jumping out like, what? What? I am going to take that today because they wanted to be heard. And that's absolutely fine. But I do want to say, if it's your first time listening in, be open-minded. Sometimes it's not with the cards per se that a person may need to hear. Like, people look at it and they're afraid of, tarot or oracle or different things, and they're like, that sounds crazy. Well, it might sound crazy to the person who received the message, but hey, the thing is not to shut down and be blocked because of the things that you were taught growing up, because our messages come in different ways. Just be open to receive the messages that divine is giving you, because it is all about that after all. And I know you can't see those other cards. Let's see if I can make an adjustment here. There. So be open to the messages that divine. You never know where those messages are gonna whom they are gonna come from, and so just shouting that out, because sometimes people will run across something and they're like, that sounded a little bit off, but something about that spoke to me, and they can't explain, as uncomfortable as that might have made them feel. So putting that out there, because some people need to hear it. And I'll tell you, for myself, Sometimes I would find it difficult to be able to explain myself. Um, it's like, how do you know that you know? Well, you just know, right? That that spirit is speaking to you, right? And different people call God different things, you know, different religions, and so you'll hear me interchange God, divine, universe, all together, and I'll do that. I do that all the time. Messenger. So let's jump right in. I have eternity. It says, gently move your awareness from the external world to a world of light within your heart. Allow your breath to heal you as you drift to a place beyond time. Eternity exists within you, forever sparkling like a diamond. You are in essence a shining star, forever transforming to ever greater light. Yes, you are. So the divine is in you. You are in essence one with God. Like, we are all one, and that's absolutely amazing when we finally realize that we accept that, not that we're less than, you know, because God doesn't want us to suffer in any form. We do have lessons and blessings. After all, we did decide to take this amazing adventure onto this lifetime, and that's such a beautiful thing, right? But you don't have to struggle with that. And I know, like, sometimes we're trying to explain things to our friends and our family, and they're looking at you sideways left. But the fact of the matter is, until a person is ready to hear or receive the messages that you're trying to give them, they are not going to be open to that, right? Sometimes that expression is a language barrier, and that's basically what it is. It's a language barrier because, you know, if you're closed off to something, you don't understand. If you don't speak speak to the language that a person is speaking, they're not going to understand you. You're not going to understand them. And sometimes people choose not to, and that's okay, right? But the fact that you be who you are, the loving, beautiful, amazing person that you are, be who you are. Do not allow anybody else's thoughts of you, thoughts of whatever, take you from who you are, because who you are is amazing, right? So golden Christed dragon brings you higher love so that you can embody the Christ light. Absorb the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. Vibrate at the level in which you're supposed to vibrate at. At the end of the day, your journey is for you. And of course, you're going to have amazing people that come and go throughout this lifetime. But your journey is for you, and it has to be a healthy one for you, right? So at some point you have to, like, okay, the crap that I'm going through right now, is it self-sabotage? Are you afflicting that pain on yourself? You do not have to carry the weight of your world on your shoulders at any given time, right? But we often do that because we're givers, right? So we give. Most of the people, and probably all the people that are givers, are healers, right? And so you want to naturally take care of a person and love on them and fix them and make them better. And you'll do that even at your expense. Well, you're not supposed to do it at your expense, right? There has to be a balance in that. So Remember to take the time for yourself. Like, okay, all of this craziness is going on in my family right now. That's okay. All of this is going on in my relationship right now. That's okay. All of this stuff that's going on in my friendships is crazy right now. That's okay. Remember to separate yourself, to give yourself time to recharge. If you so choose to deal with those things, then make sure that you're protecting yourself, covering yourself, so that they are not sucking the energy out of you. So you're not drained when you leave the people that that love you or that are supposed to love you, because that's not how you're supposed to feel. You're supposed to feel regenerated and empowered and uplifted when you leave people that love you, right? And that's the way you're supposed to leave them. You're supposed to leave them better than the way you got them. And people are like, I didn't think of it that way. Yeah. So you're not supposed to, nobody's supposed to beat up on you, That's not the way that's supposed to work. And we often pass judgment for the things that we do not understand, and you're not supposed to do that either, because that is definitely not Christ-like. That is not loving. And you want to treat people, especially those that you love, the way that you want to be treated. We know that doesn't always look that way. Like, we don't always get that, but that doesn't mean that you don't do it, right? Empower, uplift, inspire, that part. So you have the crystal yellow dragon that opens you to higher learning and wisdom. So expand your crown chakra for illumination. Walk the higher spiritual path. Walk the higher spiritual path. You will get people that doubt you. You will get people that don't understand your walk, your journey. But again, that is not for them, it's for you, right? You have to have a vision of what you want your life to look like, right? And I know for myself is that I want my life to look like love. I want it to look like caring for somebody. I want it to look like laughter. I want it to look like joy. I want it to look like love. That's what I want it to look like. And in those elements, you have your relationships that come into play with that, right? And we want those relationships to be healthy, and we have to recognize when they are not healthy, when it's time to walk away from them, right? When someone's pulling on you all the time and they're not giving you anything back and you're feeling like shit, that's not okay. Recognize what that looks like. Is that what your life, what the vision of what you want your life to look like, right? Yes, you want to be the person that people call on, but you also want to be the person that people call on to have fun, not just because they need something, right? So the Omega Dragon harnesses the divine feminine power of creation. Intention. Hold your vision. Birth the higher consciousness. We are creators, right? We are creators. We have both male and female energies, and they balance each other's. Women are the creative, and normally when you think of men, it's the masculine side is protective. Hold your intention, your vision. What, again, it's me asking you, what does that look like for you? If you're in an unsafe place right now, if you're angry right now, or you're full of fear right now, and I want you to take a deep breath. Inhale Divine's love and light, and exhale all of the doubt, all of the fear, all of the things that say that you are not amazing. Focus on remaining positive, even if you're having a hard time right now. Even if you're having a hard time. Because sometimes we like blow a gasket and we're like, oh, I can't come back from that. You can. You can, because you don't have to stay there. If you had a explosion, a temper tantrum, you're upset, somebody made you angry, you're just feeling low that day, you can come back from that, right? Because the whole thing is not to stay in a place that's unsafe for you. Mentally, physically, emotionally. Do not stay in that space if it does not feel good to you. Remain positive. Then we have the hawk. The hawk is a messenger. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision. You got vision all through here. Just want you guys to know that. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to the new heights. Meaning, you do not have to stay stuck where you were, right? You're angry, you had a temper tantrum, you had a fit, you cursed everybody the hell out, whatever that is, right? Notorious for that one. Not to stay stuck there. Acknowledge where you were at that moment, where you are at that moment. Acknowledge it. Why did you have that explosion? Why did you have that temper tantrum? What upset you? Right? And then, because you know why that was a trigger for you, if you're in that situation again, maybe that won't be a trigger anymore. Because you pointed out what things set you off, right? What is it about that person? What is it about that place? What is it about that particular thing that just sets you off? And once you know what that is, it's not a trigger anymore, right? Then you can focus on, because that's a distraction, right? Then you can look at that and say, okay, that's not a issue anymore. And so it doesn't distract you while you're on your path, while you're while you're growing. You're ascending to do amazing things, to do even greater than what you are right now. But you can't if you're stuck in the same place. So, acceptance. There is nothing in your life to fix. Only disown parts of you that yearn for love and acceptance. You are beautiful just the way you are, regardless of any faults you may perceive you have. You are eternally radiant, being of light. Accept all you are, all that you are, and just be you. When you truly accept yourself, your whole world will magically and lovingly transform. The truth of the matter is that we grow. We continue to grow when we start loving ourselves for who we are at this particular moment. There's nothing about yesterday that we can fix. It didn't need to be fixed. We're done with that. Right now, our present moment, what does your life look like for you? Right? What's going on with you right now, who you are? Are you loving yourself? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you taking time for yourself? Those are important things. So make sure that you are taking time for yourself, taking care of yourself. It's important. So this has been a really amazing reading. It's asking you to vibrate higher with your love intention. Love on yourself. Love on those that are loving on you. And make sure that you're taking care of each other, right? Self-love, 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 self-care, self-care, self-care. If your self-care tells you, if you get that feeling, you know, I'm just going to stay in tonight. Stay in tonight. I'm going to go out in the sun. Go out in the sun. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Time for yourself. That's really important. Your path, your journey is for you. And the amazing people that get to tag along, because that's what they do. They get to tag along on your journey. But you are a beacon of light for those around you. So you remaining positive, focused, laughing, and loving is absolutely vital to your path. So, until next time, I am sending you love, light, and hugs. Smile. You are loved, and that is a beautiful thing.